guys, welcome back to Resistance Chicks. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle. Today is the 28th of June, 2019. I cannot tell you how excited I am about tonight's show. You are not going to want to miss what we have coming up. And while I'm waiting for Leah, who just came from doing farm chores, she was literally milking a cow. Well, okay, she does that in the morning on these farm chores for somebody that we are pet sitting for. And so she literally walked in the door and she yelled down and she said, "Are you talking to the people?" And I said, "No." And she said, "You should be." So I want to get started by playing one of the things that I am most excited to talk about tonight, and that is the Democrat debates. If you did not see the debates that happened, I think that you missed out on something really special. You missed out on some of the best entertainment that I have seen in a really, really long time. Normally, I'm going to be honest with you. During the entire Barack Obama presidency, I never listened to that man speak. Like, I literally couldn't handle it. Most of the time, I can't listen to Democrats speak. When it comes to this Democrat debate, it has been so entertaining, and I'm going to get into why. I'm going to give you my whoa. Leah almost knocked over the light. Oh, praise Jesus. I'm going to give you my punchline right now, and that is this. Any single candidate on that stage that actually gets the nomination, Trump can beat hand over fist. And do you know why? Because the Democrat Party is completely divided. They've got the socialists and they've got the mainstream, just regular old run-of-the-mill Democrats that are not socialists. Okay? The vote is going to get split. It's going to be a repeat of 2016 all over again. As a matter of fact, he's going to beat whoever it is by a landslide. Now, Lee and I are going to go over these candidates, okay? And talk to you about them. There are a couple, maybe like three, who have the policies and even kind of the personality a little bit. If the mainstream media were to get behind them, they would actually have a fighting chance against Donald Trump. I believe that Tulsi Gabbard is 100% one of those people. Leah is coming. So we're going to see how it plays out, but they're not going to get, I told Leah, they're literally shooting themselves in the foot. They are not going to get behind anybody that is sound-minded. There were a couple of people up there on the stage over the 2 nights that we watched that did say, "Listen, guys, we're not going to beat Donald Trump if we try to go for socialism. That's just not going to happen." And these people, when they were up on the debate, most of them were competing against each other and not trying to beat Donald Trump. I would say the wisest people on that stage were the ones who were trying to beat Donald Trump. And when I say that, what I mean by that is trying to reach the sound-minded conservatives, okay? Or even the middle-of-the-road people. Do you know how many middle-of-the-road people there are in this country who haven't decided whether they're a Democrat or a Republican because they lean both ways? Hi, Leah. And they're never going to reach those people with the socialist agenda, okay? So this is pure entertainment. It's been absolutely so much fun to watch the past couple of days. I shouldn't say this on air, but I'm going to. The last 10 minutes of last night's debate, I took into the bathroom with me while I was taking a shower. So, because I didn't want to miss it, I had it on my cell phone. I literally said it.
It was literally like watching Donald Trump win 2020 the
whole
time.
I know. That's
what was so entertaining about it. It was like, there's nobody here that any sound-minded person could vote for. You're going to have a lot of socialists vote for these people and their policies. You're going to have some illegal immigrants vote for them. But here we go.
I actually have that on my screen. It's the only one that I have. If you want me to play it, I actually have your whole Twitter page up. So let's go to just this.
Let go, baby.
Right away.
2020. It's only in the bag if there's like super election interference, which there is right now.
We do not talk enough about trans Americans.
The biggest threat to the security of the United States is Donald Trump.
Russia.
Necesitamos incluir cada persona en nuestra democracia.
Moms across this country are getting paid less simply because they're women.
Does this hurt my Uncle Dick and his deer stand?
For the last 21 years, I've been raising a black son in America. La situación ahora es inaceptable.
I'm someone that can win and beat Donald Trump.
We ask voters from across the country to submit their questions.
You are the only Latino Democrat who is running this year in the presidential race.
De presidente ha atacado.
Everyone can vote in this country.
We are going to take a quick break. We're going to get this technical situation fixed. We will be right back. Just because a woman, or let's also not forget, someone in the trans community, a trans female, is poor, doesn't mean they shouldn't have the right to exercise that right to choose. Yeah, if the control room can turn off the mics. I just think it's a mistake, Beto.
Okay, so wait, there's another one that you tweeted out. Do you want me to play it? This one?
Sure.
Okay, let me unmute it. Rewind it.
Defend Roe v. Wade.
I don't even call it climate change. It's a climate crisis.
Our first act in foreign policy, we're breaking up with Russia and making up with NATO.
Buenas noches to Mayor Buttigieg.
We do not talk enough about trans Americans.
The top 1%.
The biggest threat to the security of the United States is Donald Trump.
There's nothing he will not do to separate a family, cage a child, or erase their existence.
Moms across this country are getting paid less simply because they're women.
Children in cages. For the last 21 years, I've been raising a black son in America.
Necesitamos incluir cada persona en nuestra democracia.
You are the only Latino Democrat who is running this year in the presidential race.
La situación ahora es inaceptable.
Pass the torch.
In terms of having more women, more people from the LGBT.
I would be going about eliminating Donald Trump's tax cuts.
It's time to pass the torch. We ask voters from across the country to submit their questions.
Medicare for all who want it.
Pass the torch.
We need a party that is diverse.
When I'm not changing diapers, I'm changing Washington.
De presidente ha atacado.
I was the first in my family to go to college and have student loan debt.
I'm someone that can win and beat Donald Trump.
Systemic racism. Russia.
Everyone can vote in this country.
Pass the torch.
Does this hurt my Uncle Dick and his deer stand?
The number of clips in a gun banned.
The debate we're having in our party right now is confusing.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Raise your hand if you think it should be a civil offense rather than a crime to cross the border without documentation. Can we keep the hands up so we can see them?
The generation who sends our children to school, where we look at what they're wearing, so we can remember it in case we have to identify them later.
Just because a woman, or let's also not forget, someone in the trans community, a trans female, is poor, doesn't mean they shouldn't have the right to exercise that right to choose. Yeah, if the control room can turn off the mics.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what this recap did not show, which I'm going to tell you, I have never seen a group of more unrestrained, rude, interrupting, and talking over each other. Now, I know our friends tell us, and you guys do too, that Lee and I tend to talk over each other. Okay, that's only because we're finishing each other's sentences and not going 2 minutes or 5 minutes past our 30-second allotment. And then when we're being told to stop, we just keep talking and ignoring the moderators. It was literally a circus. That Christian Gillibrand, I think she walked away from the whole thing going, oh, I just did exactly what I was supposed to do. I didn't stop talking the whole time. Even when they told me to stop talking, I just kept talking and I just kept spewing out anything that came to my mind. And I was talking over everybody else, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I was supposed to do.
You know what they did to Andrew Yang? They turned his mic off so he couldn't talk over everybody else. Andrew Yang got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Joe Biden got the most at over 12 minutes. And then Bernie and Kamala Harris came in right up there in Buttigieg.
Oh my God.
So they picked the people who they wanted to speak, and Kamala Harris got the floor. You know what though? I don't have a problem with her like wiping the floor with everybody, because if she actually started to run for president,
could you imagine
vote for
a
her.
debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris?
No, none of these people. Here's the thing.
Yes.
And this is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that there's not a dark horse hiding somewhere. You know, an Oprah Winfrey, a Michelle Obama.
I know,
Roger
right?
Stone has said that he still thinks Michelle Obama is going to run.
Yeah, because people are going to be so sick and they'll be like, desperate. We need somebody, anybody, please.
After these debates, there's no hope. Everyone knows this is it. Was like when we were watching McCain and Romney run. We all knew that neither of them would win. We knew it, even though that we were coming off of the trails of Bush, who was Republican,
right?
And they want John McCain was supposedly a war hero. Conservatives weren't.
I don't think that Michelle Obama wants to run, or she already would have.
No, I think you're right, but I'm saying that if they are desperate enough,
yeah,
and Oprah Winfrey.
I don't think Biden wanted to run.
I'm going to tell you something. Running for president takes so much stamina, and I don't think Oprah Winfrey has it.
Does. Oprah does not have it.
I don't think she has it. I think she wants to have peace in her life, and she doesn't
She stresses out at the drop of a hat. Like when I used to watch Oprah when I was a kid, she would have these ups and downs. Finish my sentence.
She would have ups and downs. She needed mental help. I'll play this. Kamala Harris says, America doesn't want to witness a food fight. That's right. She says they want somebody to bring the meal or something. And here's the whole point of this. That's why I'm going to play this, because they're treating the viewers like children, like they need someone to feed them, clothe them, shelter them, give them an education. Wait, pause. I need more volume. I know. Wait, I don't have more volume. Max volume?
Senator Harris, I'm so sorry. We will let all of you speak. Senator Harris.
It's not loud.
Senator Harris, please.
Did you pull it up here? Yeah.
Senator Harris.
We can't afford to wait for evolution on these issues.
Hey guys, you know what? America does not want to witness a food fight. They want to know how we're going to put food on their table.
Okay, that was an excellent line. I mean, that was like mic drop. Kamala Harris, girl said it. I can't stand her. I have to admit but they continued with the food fight, and she was the food fight.
Stop. My point is that we don't need Kamala Harris to put food on the table for us.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still stuck on how crazy it was. I was gone.
But no, it was really fun to watch. But my point is that she said Americans need us to put food on the table. Yeah. And I really think that kind of sums up the Democratic Party right now. Like, they are the party of communism. They're going to educate you, they're going to clothe you, they're going to feed you, but that's not how American economy works.
Right.
Part of the issue that is at play in America today, and we've all been traveling around the country, I certainly have, I'm meeting people who are working 2 and 3 jobs. You know, this president walks around talking about and flouting his great economy, right? My great economy, my great economy. You ask him, well, how are you measuring this greatness of this economy of yours? And he talks about the stock market. Well, that's fine if you own stocks. So many families in America do not. You ask them, how are you measuring the greatness of this economy of yours? And they point to the jobless numbers and the unemployment numbers. Well, yeah, people in America are working. They're working 2 and 3 jobs. So when we talk about jobs, let's be really clear. In our America, no one should have to work more than 1 job to have a roof over their head and food on the table.
Can I give the punchline here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to address 2 things
now
that
the government going to put food on you.
The 2 things that she was talking about. Now, it sounds really good, and she sounds really right when she says, how are you measuring that? The stock market, that's fine if you own stocks. No, the stock market really does measure the economy as a whole. It doesn't measure how well you're doing with your personal stocks, because your stocks could be down.
Here's the thing. Okay? Anybody who has a portfolio kind of looked at her like, what?
No, but she's like, most people don't own stocks.
That's not how this works, baby. She's literally like, she's talking to dumb people. Like, that's a good line for dumb people.
Right. Now, when we're talking about having to work 2 or 3 jobs, she says nobody in America should have to work more than 1 job to make ends meet. Well, sister, I agree with you. And you know what the solution is? To end the Fed, to get rid of inflation, to go back to the gold standard. And then dads can provide for their entire family like they used to before December 25th,
honey.
December
The
23rd,
government-
1913.
Government's yo daddy now.
Mhm.
They want to make government yo daddy, big daddy.
I'm serious about that line, though. If we ended the Fed and got rid of inflation, people wouldn't have to work 2 or 3 jobs.
Right, exactly.
Okay? If we got rid of property taxes, people wouldn't have to work 2 or 3 jobs. Do you know why people have to work 2 or 3 jobs? Because you're taking all their daggone money.
And they want to take
People
more
shouldn't
money.
have to work 2 or 3 jobs, but let me take 50% of what you got.
That's so right. And so they want the programs that they want, like free healthcare and all this free stuff. They're going to take more of your money.
Right.
You're going to be working
No,
more,
no,
not
no.
less.
We're only going to take it from the top 1%. We're not going to take it from you.
It's not going to happen.
Liars.
All right. Donald Trump tweeted this out. Are you ready?
Yes.
Senator Warren, I want to start with you. We are less than 50 miles from Parkland, Florida, where 17 people were killed in a school shooting.
Okay, so the lights didn't actually go out, but the mics did.
Situation.
But watch.
Well, the mics actually were playing hot mic.
I know.
We are hearing our colleagues' audio.
I love that Trump tweeted this
So
out.
Ozzy Osbourne's wife tweeted out that they're going to sue Trump for this song, using this song. But Trump didn't use it. It's Parkway's uncle.
We're going to get this technical
He just tweeted it out.
situation fixed. We will be right back.
That is hilarious.
So-
Okay, here's the problem with being a famous songwriter, singer, or whatever. We have such a thing now where people just use people's music and it goes out there and it's just, it is what it is. I was wondering, Leah, if we couldn't quickly, I want to pull up this picture here and actually let me open it up to this other one. I want to kind of go over these, carry on, but when you're done with that, I think it would be a good idea for us to kind of go face by face quickly, and the people that are unknown, we can kind of tell them a little bit about their views and how it went in the debate.
Are unknown to me, though.
Well, I know, but I think there are some that we got a pretty good handle on.
Some of them I still don't know.
I know.
Delaney.
It is kind of
Delaney
confusing.
Saney. Delaney was the guy who said, we're not going to win this election by being socialist, you bunch of idiots.
I know, I love that. I just absolutely
All right, so I
love
want
that.
to play this for you from Tucker here.
Of America, the Democratic Party went completely insane yesterday. That's been happening for a while, of course. Insanity is a process. But last night, at the first Democratic primary debate of the 2020 season, they made it official. Elite Democrats have permanently broken with reality. They no longer care about what's true, what's possible.
See, let me just explain something to you. We are censored out the wazoo. We've been telling people that if Donald Trump doesn't do something, he will not win re-election. There's only one way that if we're still censored, that Donald Trump will not win. And that's if a socialist gets the nomination.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I know.
Then we don't have to do anything because
It's
watched.
just going to be so much
Here's
fun.
the thing. You know how I know this? Because Facebook is the indicator, right? Facebook's the indicator.
Right.
I saw a friend of mine share something about Bernie Sanders and how it was like a meme that talked about taking your stuff. I don't know. I can't remember, but it was really funny. And one out of like 10 or 12 people, was pro Bernie. Right?
Okay.
So you're really seriously going to have, in my estimation, 1 out of 12 people who could vote for Bernie Sanders. The rest of them couldn't stomach it. They know that Donald Trump, they know deep in their heart and in their minds that Donald Trump is actually a center-left leaning person who just so happens to be popular amongst the right.
Yeah.
As Andrew Yang said, has anybody ever noticed that conservatives will follow liberals, but liberals won't follow conservatives?
I know, yeah.
So Donald Trump, conservatives and libertarians are backing Donald Trump, even though he's a little bit more lefty. He's a little bit more just left-leaning anyways, center left-leaning.
So I'm just turning this on, make sure it doesn't go off. Before I forget, were you planning on telling them about what Twitter's going to do to Donald
Yeah,
Trump?
I have it all lined up.
All right, great.
So here's the thing. I have a good feeling. Michelle and I couldn't sleep last night, and we realized, and we're going to get into some spiritual things, like a little Kim Clement type prophecy thing.
We are breaking it down.
Because
we're bringing it.
God has been speaking to us 2020.
2020, baby.
Since like about 2014.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys heard about like the 4 blood moons and the prophecies and stuff like that went along with that. And everybody's like, well, I didn't see anything happen. And in 2016, Michelle and I and our family kept feeling that something was going to happen in October. Mm-hmm. And I look back now, and prophecies are best in retrospect because that's how you know that they're fulfilled. Right. And I saw Kim Clement prophesying and stuff like that. What happened was the quantum shift. And Donald Trump being elected was not about Donald Trump. It was about the quantum shift because he was an outsider. He didn't have the keys. He was given the keys to unlock the secrets that only secret people in the secret society are supposed to have the keys to.
It sounds so secretive.
That's what they were so afraid of with Donald
Right.
Trump being elected, because then he could investigate everybody. He could go back to the Clintons, Bill Clinton. He
Right.
could go back. He could open up all the MLK stuff. Now we know the FBI sent
Right.
him information and said, kill yourself. You know what I mean? And to Martin Luther King. So Donald Trump is about being open. He is about not, and that's why they had to create the insurance policy, which was the Russian narrative.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's another thing. Speaking about these debates, that was hammered over and over again. They were
Even
asked,
Yang.
what is the biggest geopolitical threat?
Russia.
And
That's
so
stupid.
many of them said Russia. Because they're trying to undermine our elections, and I'm thinking to myself, Google.
I really feel like
Google.
these Democratic debates. Democrat debates.
I keep wanting to say that too.
Were like a kind of a symbol of like a quantum shift. We're coming across the season, the 4th of July, Independence Day, that we're going to celebrate. And I think from here until the election of next year, through the end of 2020 next year, we talk about the 400-year anniversary of the Pilgrims landing here. And they had a 500-year plan to create a Christian, freedom, liberty-based government that was a vision that God gave them. And, we're going to visit Plymouth right around this time next year. We're going to celebrate
Literally today.
4th of July, yeah.
Next year.
And so if you guys want to be part of that, you look into that. I can send you links and stuff like that. I want you to do it as part of your own family.
Right.
It's not necessarily a Resistance Chicks thing. I want each family to be celebrating and say, what can I do? What could we do?
Right.
And in retrospect, look inside and how we're all part of a change and a quantum shift.
So to kick that off, everybody can check out Kirk Cameron's Monumental documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can pay for it on several different platforms, or you can purchase it.
And we should be putting the link to I think it's kind of hard to find for people to research it, to find it, so we should put it in the link for that brochure for 2020. Actually,
the Plymouth Rock Foundation.
Yeah, Plymouth Rock Foundation.
Okay. All right. We love you guys.
God loves you.
God bless. Remember, it's not just a conspiracy theory.
If it's the truth.
We want you to like. We want you to comment. We want you to subscribe to Mass Faith 3, Resistance Chicks, on all of the places that we are on. Minds, BitChute, ResistanceChicks.com.
Jay's coming up with a channel.
The Patriot Channel, which is going to have a revamped name. That he's praying about, and we did a meeting on Monday, and it's super excited. Chris Ann Hall is involved. The History Bee is involved. One of the really popular moderators who I was not familiar with, maybe you guys are, the DM. She's involved as well, so it's going to be absolutely amazing, and coders that are out of this world. So I'm super excited to bring you more about that as it unfolds.
Box.
107 Milford, Ohio 45150. Send us your letters. We will read your comments on air.
We got a nice card.
We did get a very, very generous and nice card from Robert Bone. Thank you for that, Robert. We did get it, and that was very, very kind of you. So thank you. We also got another monthly donation from Eric. So thank you guys for that. So a lot of this stuff is getting saved up for a rainy day because we want to use it towards the show. So thank you, and God bless you. All right, you guys, we're signing off. We'll be back here on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our European and UK news.
I got the show lining up already. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right, you guys, good night. God bless.
I was cold.